Hello everyone and welcome to 3 Minutes Around the Globe. Yeah, we've only got 3 minutes, so let's get started. The federal government has approved a 2026-2030 new National Development Plan. Brazil and Nigeria signed new air service agreement. Well, this means that Nigerians can now travel to Brazil on a one-way ticket. The cost of obtaining your Nigerian international passport has seen an upward review to the tune of 100%. Well, the Nigerian Immigration Service cites rising operational costs, but of course, we know that this will further burden citizens who are already grappling with high inflation. But it's always some political drama in the political scene in Nigeria, right? Well, the AGC is facing some internal turmoil. This dispute is threatening to weaken the party structure ahead of the next election cycle from 2027. Well, Africa is no dumping ground. The party agreement raises critical concerns. Well, Rwanda, one of 4 African countries that signed a pact to host deportees from the United States, has confirmed the arrival of 7 deportees. Well, activists argue such deals portray Africa as a dumping ground for. Well, there's been some U.S. visa policy changes that will affect students and journalists. Well, here is the update. Well, student visas are now capped at 4 years and cultural exchange visas also 4 years. Well, journalists 240 days, but journalists from China will only be allowed 90 days, reflecting ongoing US-China tensions. Well, China hosts its first humanoid Olympic Games, and I wouldn't say much, but just take a look at this. Well, robots are no longer just working in factories, as you can see. This Robot Olympics, where humanoid robots ran races, performed stunts, and even tumbled in challenges. Well, experts say events like this showcase how AI and robotics are accelerating into everyday life. Well, the holiday season is upon us, and I'm sure most of you are making some travel plans. Well, if you're planning to make your trip around Africa, here are the top 15 countries that you might consider paying visit to during this holiday season. Well, Egypt remains one of the overall best African countries to visit, and Kenya also one of the best African countries to visit if you're looking to experience some safari. Well, Morocco, one of the places visiting Africa if you're making this trip as a couple. Well, Namibia, for nature lovers, that's a place to visit. And if you're looking to experience culture, real African culture, you should visit South Africa. Well, Tanzania is the best place to visit in Africa if you'd like to see animals. And Botswana, for outdoor enthusiasts, you should be in Botswana this holiday season. And if you're looking to experience food and culture, Ethiopia is the place for you. And Seychelles, the best African island country to visit. Well, Rwanda is one of the best places to visit in Africa for gorilla trekking. And Uganda is an unforgettable experience. Well, for active travelers, you should be. Zambia and Tunisia is the best place to visit in Africa for history buffs. Well, Zimbabwe is one of the best countries to visit in Africa if you're making this holiday trip as a family. Well, the holiday is for family, right? So maybe you should visit Zimbabwe. And Malawi is one of the best African countries of all time to visit. Well, that's all I have for you on 3 minutes around the globe. Until I come your way, please remain good, and I promise not to be long again before I come your way.